Greetings, humans. I'm Andy, and I'm George, and this is Couscous. Welcome back to the Windmill Full of Corpses. So, as my t-shirt clearly suggests, I am the worms in the dirt. I am the worms in the dirt! You are the worms in the dirt, please. Because Winter Sun says, I am the worms in the dirt, please. Right, so we shall herd the worms to the dying heavens. Well, we won't hurt them, the band will be herding them because the band is the worm shepherd. Yeah, so basically the idea here is they're the shepherd and we're the sheep. No, we're not, because we're not worms. Which part of I am the worms in the dirt didn't you get? You, not me. I'm just the guy watching the worms being shepherded to the dying heavens from the side. Right, every time we've listened to this band, it took a while to recover. Yes. And it's been absolutely exhausting. So, let's see how we cope. I mean, no. Of course it's unique leader, because you're not gonna explode each. You're gonna do that? Yes.
And in the death of me, I will! I will!
Okay, that probably moves into
Other
whatever
song.
other thing.
Yes.
Dude, Worm Shepherd is the most ambiguous deathcore band out there.
You know what was the phrase that kept running through my mind, especially through this second part?
What?
Cathedral deathcore.
Quite maybe, possibly, perhaps.
It's got that echoey effect that doesn't just feel echoey, like it feels like it's bouncing off of walls.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel echoey like a delay effect that's just a repetition. It feels like it's...
Yeah.
And then you have that sort of grave, chanting type clean voice.
Yeah, but
And that tragic, somber piano and the candles on screen. It really gave me a very Cathedral vibe.
yeah, but I think the reason why it doesn't feel particularly churchy to me is because the tone on the vocals and the lyrics sounded more like sad, tormented weeping than like I don't know, preachy. Yeah, like listen to the intro to Divine Wings of Tragedy. That's Cathedral, Divine Wings of Tragedy by Symphony X. So this is just a lot of things that go in a lot of directions, but not all the way. And they're so disruptive and incompatible, and it feels like they're deliberately put together that way. Like the deathcore element is so violent and so visceral.
Mm-hmm.
And the vocals, right? But the piano melody has this like somber, almost requiem-like aesthetic. And the orchestras around it. And the lyrics. And there's also this element of longing and like regret and hope and all of these things that are really fragile and vulnerable and incompatible with the sheer brutality. And it's almost like it's painting a scene where you're seeing all of them happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would have some war scene, for example, or just battle scene, where you see the fragility of the ones that are being murdered, but also the violence of the ones that murder. And maybe also their fragility.
Yeah.
Like it's so deep and self-contradictory. Like, Jesus. This one really screwed up with your head. Yeah, wow. No, because you know what I think they did? It's like, you'll have things that try to deliberately, like Lorna Shore's breakdowns, for example, try to deliberately disrupt it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that it was put there deliberately to disrupt things. I think this is more like a natural disrupted state of being translated into music.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't feel like, it feels like it naturally came this way.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I put it.
And Lorna Shore felt like it purposely tried to not naturally feel some way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Like-
your point.
It's hard to find my words with this. It was so all over the place.
There's a DSBM component to the vocals too.
Wailing cries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And there was one thing that annoyed me. I'm gonna say this as a criticism. One of the rompy riffs in the first half, way too similar to the breakdown riff in the second part of Pain Remains.
Yeah.
It was, I'm pretty sure it was the same harmony, very similar rhythmic dynamic, and they're going for the same sort of cathedral-like tragic feeling.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was slightly too similar for me to just think that it's inspiration. But otherwise, the song overall, yes. Wow. And yes, we were right. It was gonna be exhausting because it was.
Are we done?
No.
So if you enjoyed this reaction, we greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. With bells on.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Corpses out.